have 4 weeks to build the project. It's a very...
Another one of these balls to the walls projects.
Yes, but luckily we have heels of steel.
That's true, well
and
you do.
balls of steel apparently too. I'm Barbara Kavovit, founder of Evergreen Construction. I grew up in the Bronx. My parents weren't in construction. My mom was a teacher, and my dad, he was a mechanical engineer. As a young kid, I can remember being really inquisitive. I remember playing with my Barbie dolls, off to the side, and my dad came home with these 2x4s, and I was like, Dad, what are we doing with all this wood in our apartment? He's like, well, we're gonna build bunk beds, and you're gonna help me build the bunk beds. As this young girl, it was like such a feeling of self-esteem. Like, I helped my dad do that. It wasn't like I helped my mom bake a cake. Like I helped build a structure that I'm sleeping on. And I didn't realize, right away what that was going to mean to me later in life. Even though I'm in construction, I'm feminine, so I like detail. I like information. Give it to me all, because I take it in and I process it and I react to it very quickly. What about the floor? What about the floor? Okay, so everything's got plastic on it. And from my perspective, being a woman in business is getting easier, I think, in general, but when you're a woman in construction where no women have gone before, it's more difficult because you're trying to break through a ceiling, which I've actually already shattered, basically, where there are men who have been handed down their businesses from their fathers and their fathers. So they're used to doing things and seeing things kind of like an old-fashioned way, an obsolete way. This came out amazing. Yeah, the finisher, this was really banged up. And I have my glasses right here because I wanted to make sure that I saw every little nook and cranny. When I graduated from college with a degree in finance and economics, I was really this young, confident, aggressive young woman, and I really thought I was going to get hired and be in charge of mergers and acquisitions of some big hedge fund or investment banking company. But in this sea of men, I was just a coffee gopher. This perf metal, it's starting to look really good. But there's like one area where I'm not sure why it's not lying flat. I've experienced a lot of sexism in this business. I've had men try and date me. I've had men undermine me on the job site. I've had men threaten me that they were going to throw me in the Hudson River. I was being awarded $10 million, $15 million, $20 million projects, and I was competing against some of the largest construction companies in New York City, and not everybody was excited for me. No matter what I did, and no matter how much I tried, there's still those companies, those people. It's like that men's only sign. I think it's very hard for men to understand that a woman will know as much as them, if not more, about construction than they would. Being an entrepreneur is never a straight up trajectory. I have had major setbacks. It was only a few years ago that I filed bankruptcy myself, and it was a really tough time in my life. And then after I filed bankruptcy, I actually had to start working as a consultant for one of the largest construction companies in New York City, and it was like working for Neanderthals. The way they treated women, the way they reacted to women, what women did, and I said to myself, I gotta start my own business again. And Evergreen Construction was born. In this business and construction, as a woman, you have to be 10 times better to be considered equal. So I'm challenged with that every day. Never take no for an answer. That resilience is going to make you succeed eventually.